Reality is going to make so much more sense to you when you understand this, because today we got a prop, y'all. And so make sure you repost this video, share this video, and get this out to as many people as possible. Now, this right here, what we have is an apple. This is representing God, all that is, source, whatever you want to call it. But we're representing God, all that is right here. This is all that is. So it has the power. It has all the power. It has all the properties of the power right here. Everything from the way it looks, from the way that it tastes, from the way that it feels. Like this apple right here has all the properties. All the whole apple. All right. Now the apple is cut up, and this is representing the souls. We're simplifying this, y'all, so just keep up with this. This is signifying the souls. We have 4 souls right here. Just imagine this times a zillion or whatever. But right now we're representing 4 souls. Now, what we have right here is I have the 4 souls right here, the apples, and I cut 4 pieces off of that apple. This is representing your higher self right here. And this is representing the beings, meaning you, right? So you're always being guided by your higher self. But let's remember, this, the being, the higher self, are all still apples. You are still an apple, right? You have all the properties of an apple. You have the same the same smell as an apple. You are an apple, right? So when you look at it that way, what does that tell you? Let me know in the comments. What does that tell you? You are still part of God. You are still part of all that is. You are all that is, right? If I was to eat this apple right now, if I was to eat this piece of the apple right now, would I say, this seems like an orange? No, it is still an apple. It has all the properties of the apple still. You have all the properties of God. You have all the properties of all that is. So you got to look at it that way, and you will realize how powerful you are. You got to realize that you are here to expand. You're being guided by your higher self. That is why when you have a desire and you're like, oh my gosh, I really want to start my dream business that I'm so passionate about and get my gifts out there to the world. You feel amazing. You feel good about that. That means you are in alignment with your higher self. You're in alignment with the reality that has you being successful. But then when you start to, face an obstacle, I don't have my 2 fingers right now, but an obstacle, you start to feel upset. You feel frustrated, meaning you are out of alignment. Your higher self is still guiding you. Your higher self is still a vibrational match to that reality of you being majorly successful doing what you love to do. But you are not up to speed with it. All right, so we took it a step further now. Now we have this water, because this is representing the 3D reality that we have here. So this is what it kind of looks like. I have the apples in here, the 4 pieces of the apples representing the beings in here. So if I was to push them down like this and hold them there, that's what it feels like to have limitation, where it feels tough to manifest your desires, where it feels tough to manifest your dream business, where it feels tough to manifest money, where it feels tough to manifest this abundance. Every now and again, you'll float up and then you'll get pushed right back down. That's what it feels like. But if you were to realize that, if you just realize that there is actually no limitation, that's really just an illusion, you'll float right to the top every single time. So how do we put this all into action and application, everything that I just said? All right, so the thing is for you to realize that your higher self is always guiding you. Whenever you have a desire, when you say, you know what, I'm ready to start my dream business and do what I love to do, wake up every day excited and have all this abundance of freedom and all of the abundance of time at my fingertips, right? Your higher self is already computing the directions and the actions for you to take so that you shift into the reality of having that. It's computed. But this connection that you have, you always have this connection. Remember the apples. Keep that visual in your mind. All right. So You being this. You have a connection to your higher self, and you know that, and you can feel that by the way that you feel, your emotions. Your emotions are not there just for just a random thing where God was like, you know what? We're just going to shake things up and just put some feelings in there so she can feel angry and upset. No, it's not like that. That is literally there for your connection with your higher self. That's what it's there for. It is a guiding mechanism built into the system, y'all, built into the reality. All right. So when you realize that, you're like, okay, just like your sight is built into this reality for you to experience reality, so are your feelings, so are your emotions. You have this connection with your higher self. As soon as you say, you know what? I'm manifesting starting my business. I'm manifesting money. Your higher self is like, oh, yes, girl. Boom. Here's the directions. You get the directions that way. And you're going to know by the way you feel. So when you start working on your business and then you go to make your video, but you're kind of like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. It might not get to the right people. And you start feeling that doubt and that fear and all of those feelings. That's letting you know you're out of alignment with your higher self. You're not a vibrational match to your desire. Not in that moment. So what a lot of you do is you just let that fester. You act like it just didn't happen a few minutes later. Well, it did happen and it's still there because you still have that belief, right? So whenever you film again, then it's there and it's there and it's there. And then you're probably just going to quit because that's just the action, the behavior that comes along with it. You start procrastinating, you start starting your business and stopping your business. Or if you're manifesting money, you may be doing your manifestation techniques and then you stop doing them and then then you start saying life got in the way and all these obstacles happen and it gets kaputskis. So realize that just as much as you wouldn't leave your hand on a hot stove for 30 minutes, why are you doing that with your feelings? Why are you just letting that stuff fester? It's the same type of ordeal, y'all. So when you realize and you can catch it like that, like, oh, well, wait a minute. I'm not in connection with this right now. I'm not in alignment with my desire right now. I'm manifesting money, but I'm thinking there's not enough money around. I'm thinking that I'm feeling lack when I pay for something. That is telling you you're out of alignment with your desire. Your higher self is keying you in. If it could give you a walkie-talkie, it would be like, hey girl, listen up. Let's shift this belief right now. That's what it would be telling you. So, but since it's not here to control your life or anything like that. It's not in controlling. You have free will. I have a hair in my eye. You have free will, right? So that's why you have to use your emotions to realize this stuff. It is up to you to strengthen this connection in terms of your receptivity of it, because it's always there. But like I say in other videos, it's like the bars on your phone, with the connection. You can have 5 bars, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 bars, right? But it's always there. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do from here? And this is what I tell my clients and students all the time. I always start them off with having self-awareness. That is literally the first thing that you need to do right now, is have self-awareness of how you feel. When you have self-awareness about the way you feel, you can start realizing, hey, okay, this thing always makes me feel angry. Like I'm getting angry every single day. I'm getting frustrated every single day from the same thing. You're going to realize that, and you're going to be able to shift that, because when you shift the limiting belief, you are not going to feel that. That's how it works, y'all. And so make it easy on yourself and stop holding yourself in the water. Okay. You don't have to do that anymore. And especially because I'm your manifestation / mindset coach, like the limitation it's kaputskis, right? Because you're realizing your power. You're realizing you're already a master manifester. Like you don't have to technically learn that you're manifesting. Like you're literally already doing that. You just have to realize you're a master manifester. And the way you realize that is by practicing and actually doing the stuff, doing the things, realizing. understanding that connection that you have and what your emotions actually are. Because y'all, if you can master your emotions, you are 90% ahead of the game. 90%, because this manifesting stuff is literally about 90% or more about your emotions. It really is, because that goes into your beliefs and it all goes into your thoughts. It's a whole train of things that come full circle. Beliefs, thoughts, feelings, behavior, the whole shebang. It all goes together. So it's not going to be like, oh, I'm just procrastinating because, this is hard. No, you have a limiting belief. That's why you're procrastinating. That is an action that stems from a limiting belief. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't just start and stop your business. You do that because you have a limiting belief. Probably of I'm a failure, right? You're not filming videos because you have a limiting belief, right? If you're really wanting your business and you want to make videos, but you're not doing it, you have a limiting belief. If you really, really like, oh my gosh, I really want $1,000. I really want more money. But, your bank account isn't reflecting that, or you're just not receiving anything, then there's a limiting belief. There's something there. You're not a consistent vibrational match to it. But you have to have the self-realization of that. And I appreciate you for watching this video, though, because you needed to hear this. You needed to see this visual. And I'm Brand Victoria, your new manifestation / mindset coach. And I have the link in the description below for my CEO Manifestor Workbook Bundle, so that you can be a vibrational match to your desire all the time. Because y'all, I used to think like, how do people just get unexpected money, like in their bank account, these checks in the mail, like all this other stuff. From hindsight, it could be like, oh, that seems a little far-fetched. Like, how can that happen to me? I want some of that though. Become a vibrational match. When you're a consistent vibrational match, you receive. Money is a byproduct of that. Is a byproduct of you being the vibrational frequency of abundance. And that's exactly what I show you how to do in the workbook, so that you can be a consistent vibrational match and you can shift your limiting beliefs so that you can just stay like that. It gets to be easy. And whenever you feel frustrated or mad, you can use that to your benefit and shift that limiting belief. That easy, that simple. But I appreciate you for subscribing down at the bottom, and the link is in the description below.